You heard part one a month ago of Jennifer Thompson and Julie Thompson and John, the Thompson family. Well, today, the rest of the story, live on Restoring Hope Live.
Open my heart to sing, taking the darkness inside, revealing your light, restoring hope. Open my eyes to see the world through different eyes, revealing your light, restoring hope.
All right, it's the 8th day of December in the Lord's year 2014. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and this is Recovery Monday on a gorgeous Monday afternoon. If you're listening to this radio program live, we appreciate that. We know you have lots of choices that you could go to and find entertainment, even on Oprah Winfrey Network. You could be there watching that with the McCoy sextuplets, but instead you're here with us, and we appreciate that. If you're taking the time to listen to this on a podcast, we appreciate you even more. We have lots of different shows. Every show we've ever done is on podcast, and so we invite you to tune them in and check them out. And you can go back and show your other family members what sobriety of all kinds is all about, and why it's not something to be scared of, and why it's something that people need to... man, I got to learn how to turn off my phone. People, yeah, but can you just turn that down? Thank you, Mama. Somebody who knows how to run an Android phone. There you go. You get it? All right. So we have Julie Thompson, and she is the mother. We have John Thompson, who is here for the first time, and I don't know if he's going to speak or not. He's not on camera today yet. We have Lexi. Is your last name Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are Jennifer's biological daughter, but your grandmother is more like your mom.
She adopted me.
She adopted you. Yeah. Does she feel like a mom or a grandma?
Mom.
Mom. Okay, you got to get right on the mic, kiddo.
Mom.
Either that or yell at me. And Lexi was born in 1997. And coming up this Thursday, if Jennifer keeps her nose clean and does the right thing, she will celebrate 2 years of continued sobriety. And they were on the radio program about a month ago, and it was obvious to me before the show even started that was not going to be a one-part show. So we asked them to come back, and we're going to basically pick up the story in 2006 when her daughter Ashlyn was born. But let's give a 5-minute synopsis. Born and raised in the Des Moines, Winterset area. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you tell me when I say something wrong.
Okay.
You were a terrible child.
Yes.
Oh.
Mom says no.
Yes, I was.
Sneaking out, smoking dope, drinking beer, having sex, not listening to your mom and dad, dropping out of school. Okay, just a little troublemaker.
Yeah. Rebel.
But you weren't like arrested all the time or anything like that. You weren't in trouble with the police.
Nope.
You just didn't want to listen to your lovely mother and father.
Yeah, correct.
Got pregnant for the first time in 1996. Mm-hmm. And this is Lexi. That's your daughter.
Yes.
Got tired of being a mom and basically just gave Lexi to your mom.
Yes.
Julie. And did you choose to legally adopt her, or did you? I mean, tell me, how did that happen?
Not right away. We decided just to watch her. We were still grandparents up until Lexi was about 11, and then because of the situation that wasn't resolving itself, with Jen and then the biological dad, we found out that Lexi just seemed to want a place, that where she really fully belonged, and so it kind of evolved. Over the time period, over the 11 years. And when she was 11, we decided to ask her, Lexi, do you want us to adopt you? And at that point, she wanted to belong. She wanted all the confusion to end.
Lexi, what did that mean to you when your grandma and grandpa adopted you? Tell me the emotions of that time.
I couldn't tell you because I was very confused about it.
Okay.
I think I was happy about it, but I didn't fully grasp the understanding of, like, adoption.
Okay.
But I think I was happy about it. I think I was just really confused. I had a lot of emotions because I still wanted my real parents, but I was like, wait, I'm getting real
Adopted.
parents, you
Yeah.
know. 11 is just an awkward age anyway. So it was kind of hard for me to understand completely.
And if I recall, and I don't recall correctly all the time, but you don't have a relationship with your biological father.
Not at all.
Okay. Could you pick up the phone and call him if you wanted?
Yeah.
So you could.
Yeah.
Is that your choice?
Yeah.
Okay. So if he walked into your life and said, I'm a new man, I want to be in your life.
That made my palms sweat. Ugh. I don't know. That would be so hard for me. I think I would be angry at first.
Well,
you know,
that's
I'd be very
understandable.
angry. I'd tell him, "Where have you been for 17 plus years? You know,
Yeah.
why have you not been there? And why now? Why come to me now? You know." I think I would be just very upset and I would be confused, and then I think
Okay.
I would just emotion overboard.
Okay. Let's do some role playing, you and I. Are you comfortable doing
Oh,
that?
gee. Okay.
I want you to, what's his name?
Adam.
Adam. I want you to imagine I'm Adam. Okay? And just unload on me if you want to, okay?
All right.
So I come up and I've asked Julie if I could come over, and I come over to the house and knock on the door, and I come in and I say, Lexi, I'm your dad, Adam. How are you?
Don't talk to me.
That's all right. I just have something I want to tell you. I got mugged by Jesus. I've had a change in my life, and I've realized all the horrible things that I've done, and one of those horrible things was to just absolutely abandon you. And I'm so very, very sorry. And I just want to start today to build your trust back up. I don't want it all today. I don't deserve it, and I haven't earned it. But I want to start just like your mom did with sobriety. I'd like to start one day at a time and earn your trust back.
I don't have an answer for that. I think it's hard for me to forgive people. I've got a really big problem with that, especially him,
Especially me.
especially you.
Okay. I understand that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I just want this much room to start. And if I don't even get that much room to start, the door isn't even cracked open, know that I'm standing outside this door when you're ready to crack the door a little bit. And I just want you to pray about it, and I want you to think about it. And if it takes you 5 minutes, 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years, it won't matter to me. I will still be standing outside this door waiting for you to just crack it open 1%.
I'll have to think about it.
Okay. Do you know why I just did that with you?
Why?
Because if it does happen someday, I want you to have an idea of how you'll handle it. And anytime you want to role play with Adam, I'll be glad to do that for you. And I don't mean on the radio. I'll meet you at the, well, we don't probably want to do it in public. We'll do it at your grandma's house or something. Because
Okay.
here's what I would like to see you. I would like to see the anger and the resentment on all you have. You can still have them, but we're going to put them in line. We're going to know what they are there, and they're there. So should that opportunity ever come, you can vent properly, and you can do what's best for you. Maybe at that time you and your husband, maybe at that time you and your family, maybe that time you and your grandkids. I don't know. But I think that would be good. And this comes from the program. This helps us just to think about how we're going to make amends and how we're going to accept amends. Okay, because you're a beautiful young lady, and that guy may be a jerk till the day he dies, and you made the right choice. But maybe, just maybe, Jesus will mug him, and he'll change his heart. And when that happens, he'll want to begin that amends process with you. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. I don't know where that came from. I just thought that was important. All right. So it's 1997. You've dumped Lexi onto your mom, and you're off and running to, was it Wisconsin?
No.
No.
I was still in Des Moines.
Okay. Didn't you move away for a while?
I did. Well, when I got married to Jason.
Who's that?
That's Colby's dad, my middle son's
the
dad.
middle son. All right. And you took Lexi with you.
Well, a little bit after she came and lived with us, yeah.
All right.
We were there for a little bit, and then she came and lived with us.
All right. And if I recall, he was a good guy.
He was all right.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very good father to my son.
Okay.
He's.
And
Yes.
does he live here in town now?
No, they live in West Virginia.
They live in West Virginia. And
Yes.
your son is how old?
He's 13.
13. Okay. And do you have a relationship with him?
Yes, he never saw the side that my girls saw.
Okay.
He never saw mom as an alcoholic drug addict.
Okay.
Because he was pretty young, and he never saw the bad. So he has, he thinks mom's up here. And what's great about my ex-husband is my ex-husband's been really trying to protect him on that. Sometimes it frustrates me because I want to tell him about everything that I've been through, and I tried to this last time he was here visiting, and he got really confused, and he looked at me and I said, well, do you have any questions? And he just shut down.
Okay.
So he lives with your ex-husband.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And so it was one of those things where he just mentally, I could see it in his face. So I said, okay, when you have questions, you just let me know and I'll answer them. And my little 8-year-old daughter was telling her, Colby, mommy was a really bad person. She didn't take care of me. She was really bad into drugs. And my son was just looking at, because he never saw that side of me.
Now, Lexi, do you and he have a relationship, your brother? Does he ever confide in you or come to you and say, what's the deal here?
No.
No?
There was one time when he was with us, when Jennifer talked about it, he kind of was like, oh, what happened while I was gone?
Okay.
I just said, a lot of stuff, but she's better now. That's what matters.
Now, I noticed you just called her Jennifer.
Yeah.
You don't call her mom.
No.
You call her mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you call them both mom?
If I wanted to.
Okay, you just
I
choose
could do
not.
anything.
Oh, there's that young at heart spirit. Good. You keep thinking that, and that's true. You can do anything. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Where did you get so strong?
Why or how?
That's
How?
a good question, lady. I wish I could tell you. I think it's because of all the movies that have given me faith. I'm not even kidding you. I think if I didn't have movies in my life, I think it would just make me so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies that make you laugh, or movies that
Any movie.
Okay.
Throw a movie at me. Seriously, I love movies so much.
Let me ask the counselor over here. Is movie her alcohol? Her drug? Does she pour herself into movies?
I think it's a place to escape.
Yeah,
Either escape or learn. One of the two, learn new behaviors or whatever, or a place to escape. I do that quite often. If there's too much coming at me, then I need to go to a movie and just unwind.
I also have poetry. I do a lot of poetry.
Oh, I
You
love that.
write or you read?
I write.
Good for
Cool.
you.
Yeah. But it's personal. It's all mine.
Yeah.
I don't let many people read it.
Do you have any on you?
Oh, no. I have many books at home, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd love to see one time. All right. This is Restoring Hope Live with Recovery Monday, brought to you by Powell CDC. We are coming up on New Year's Eve, and a very special occasion for Powell this New Year's Eve.
Right now?
Please. That was a setup.
I thought you were talking about we were coming back after a break. Yes, on December 31st from 6 o'clock to 1 o'clock, Powell is putting on a New Year's Eve party. We have a DJ, and it's at the Science Center. It's only $5 and $3 for 12 and under. And we have kids' activities. The IMAX Theater is going to be open. We have snakes for people that like snakes. I know some people can't stand that. And the Channel 13 green room, where they do the weather, it's going to be there. So I can't wait to do that. Awesome. I'm going to be a weather person that night. And then we have sort of an open mic night in a sense. We're trying to get the people ahead of time to do some of that. We have free food.
Comedy?
Yeah, we need people with comedy, but we haven't gotten anyone yet.
But when you say open mic, you mean comedy or singing or whatever?
Singing. But
Okay.
we have had, Powell has done open mic nights before, and we've had both comedy and singing, both.
Bob, I don't know if you know this, but Bob is an incredible singer.
Really?
Yeah, he sounds a lot like Wayne. What's his name? Wayne, the famous guy in Las
John.
Vegas.
Oh, John.
Wayne Newton. He sounds just like Wayne Newton. You should get him to come.
For real?
No.
All right, so it's what do you call it? Sober night? Sober New Year's
Sober
Eve?
Under the Stars.
Sober Under the Stars. All right, it's coming up.
And we
this,
also,
December 31st.
just in case it's going to be really cold that night or snowy, we have vans. We have parking at Sec Taylor Stadium, and then you could just we have vans that'll take you over to the Science Center. So,
All right.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
We're coming back with the Thompson family here live on Restoring Hope Live.
father who is headed toward another heart attack. A woman who struggles daily with diabetes and her memory. A boy whose headaches keep him out of school. A mother who one morning discovers a lump. A girl whose condition defies diagnosis. You come to us because you need answers, but you also need more. You need understanding of what you're going through. You need comfort. You need to be treated as an individual, not a condition. You need to be included in your own care. You are the point of everything we do. That's why we're changing to Unity Point Health. It's a model of care that will help us work better together, where the physician who knows you best takes the lead, coordinating your care through every step, from the hospital to specialists to rehabilitation to health services in the home and in the community, to making sure the treatments are effective. By working as a team, we surround you with care, helping you manage your health and your conditions, guiding you to making better choices and living a healthier life. The point of Unity is you. Unity Point Health.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's AMCO on Hickman Road in front of Kmart. And it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give AMCO on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Restoring hope, open my heart to sing, taking the darkness inside, revealing your light, restoring hope, open my eyes to see the world through different eyes, revealing your light, restoring hope.
All right, welcome back. 21 minutes after the hour on this 8th day of December in the Lord's year 2014. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and this is Restoring Hope Live with co-host Lila Stafford. And Bob Montserrat is here today. It's nice to have Bob here today. And we're here with being produced by Ryan, of course. And we're here with the Thompson family. And we have Father John, who has not yet come on the microphone. He may choose to before the end of the day. We have Mother Julie, or Grandmother and Grandpa, Julie and John, however you want to look at that. Jennifer is the...
Sister mom.
She's the case subject of this file. And, of course, Lexi is the beautiful 18-year-old daughter who just popped out of her shell a minute ago because I asked if she had a boyfriend, and she said yes, that they had been dating for a year and 1 month, and then got all giggly and got her iPhone out and showed me pictures, and her whole thing changed, didn't it? Just the whole thing changed. So we were glad to do that. And she's in love, and he's with the he's taken school at Kansas City Art Institute.
Yes.
What does he want to, what kind of artist is he?
He does ceramics, oil painting, and photography.
Okay, that's why you carry cameras.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
all right.
the reason.
Well, he got you interested in that.
No, I've always been interested.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what do you want to do for a living?
That's a good question, sir. I don't know. I have thought about being a cosmetologist, but
Okay.
I'm just not sure yet.
Okay, well, that's okay. You
Yeah.
don't have to. You don't have to. But we know one thing you don't want to be, and that was like your mother was when she was your age.
Oh, yes.
All right, so Lexi's born. You're married. You get married to Jason. You've got Colby, and you basically say, the heck with this mother stuff, the heck with this wife stuff. I don't want any of it. Mm-hmm. Get the microphone.
Yes.
And so you come back to Des Moines,
Yes.
and what do you start doing?
When I first came back to Des Moines, it was I had an apartment, and Lexi and Colby lived with me. Then they started getting sick, started missing work, started getting really overwhelmed, very overwhelmed. Was not able to make my van payments, or let's just say I wasn't making my van payments.
Okay.
I wasn't paying rent.
Drinking?
I was drinking on the side, yeah, not as much at that time as when I could. I would, because I couldn't go to the bar because I had my kids.
Okay.
And
You weren't one of those mothers that just left her kids in the van and you went into the bar?
no, I never was, surprisingly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I know.
You just moved up a notch in my book. Yeah.
Just a slight 1%.
One little
Hey,
half.
1% is
That's
okay.
1% is good.
How do you eat an elephant? 1% at a time. You know?
And then I guess what happened was I just started getting really, really overwhelmed in the emotions and everything with the divorce, and I was feeling alone, and then the kids kept getting sick, and I kept getting missing work, and I had just a breakdown. I was going through the drive-through parking lot, or going through the drive-through McDonald's, and I had both kids in the back screaming, and I lost it. Called my ex-husband and said, "You need to come get this kid. I can't take care of him. I'm done. I can't handle this. He's too much for me." And my ex-husband got in the car that night and drove 17 hours to come get him, because he could hear it in my voice. He knew. And he was scared. And then Lexi was still with me, though. When he came and got Colby, Lexi was with me maybe a day. And my sister introduced me to this guy, and I had him spend the night. And Lexi had a nightmare. And instead of comforting her and letting her get in bed with me, because I had a male in my bed, I told her to go away. I don't remember, I was sleeping. I guess that's what she told me. Like, I told her to go away, and I pushed her off.
The door was locked.
Okay. I thought for some reason, I thought you came in.
No, the door was locked.
Okay. And so she called my mom the next day, and then that's when we got into a huge blowout fight, and they took her away kicking and screaming. And that was the last time that she was in my custody.
And that was when?
That was in 2000, and Colby was born in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you don't have the hassle of the kids. You don't have any responsibilities. Life got better, right?
Oh, yeah. No.
No. What happened?
It got worse. I got a job at a bar, and that's where I spent my life. I would work until 10 o'clock in the morning. I get there, and then when I was off at 6, I just turned around and went to the other side of the bar.
Yep.
And I was there till 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was bar manager at that time too. And so usually we would have after hours, and my apartment was right behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So if it wasn't, bar, bringing many men home, it was like a real huge blur. I mean, all I remember is just drinking, and just drinking.
How long did you do that?
Oh my gosh.
Years?
Until, yeah. Till Ashland, 5 years.
Okay.
I was pretty much out of control for not doing any responsibility, because I was my main focus was to drink.
Okay.
And I remember one day waking up, and because I always thought I could control it, and I didn't have a problem. I was just having fun. I was being social. And one day I woke up and I had the shakes, and I was shaking, and I didn't understand why. I thought I was hungover, and I couldn't shake it, and then my anxiety got really, really high, and I just and my first thought was, I need a beer, and I went to my refrigerator, because of course I always had alcohol in my freezer or my fridge. And I remember grabbing a beer, and I chugged it, and the shakes went away. And I remember that thought in my mind, like, oh my gosh, that was scary. But it didn't stop me.
That was scary that I had the shakes, or that was scary that the beer got rid of them?
That the beer got rid of it.
So you, in the back of your mind, you knew what was coming. Mm-hmm. Mom, take the microphone for just a second. So during this phase, what are you watching? She doesn't have, you've got Lexi.
I had Lexi, and I didn't see her a whole lot, which was typical. When she was doing those things, we just didn't see her. And when I did, she was distant. She wasn't sharing anything, and we just continued to raise Lexi. So she was just kind of out of the picture for us.
And you didn't feel how do I put this? You didn't feel any need, or that your daughter had any need to have anything to do with Lexi.
We wanted her to, but, at that time, she wasn't in a good spot. Jenny wasn't. I didn't know it was due to the alcohol. I just knew there was a lot wrong.
Yeah.
And that she was off
But you
doing
knew
the
alcohol
party
was
thing
a
again.
part of it.
Yeah, I guess I did, but I
Okay.
didn't realize to the extent she was drinking. I just thought she was wanting to party and have that lifestyle and didn't want to grow up. And so, it was what it was. We couldn't really have her around.
What were you praying for?
Oh man, I was praying, just all the time for her. I never really stopped praying that God would get a hold of her. We would build what I call hedges of protection around here nonstop. And we just longed for her to, come back to us and to be who she really was. But, looking back, we hadn't seen that person. We hadn't seen recovery Jennifer for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, she was 11, 12.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we had glimpses of it, and I always wanted that Jennifer. But it wasn't until she was in full recovery that I felt like I had my daughter back.
Did you ever get mad at God?
Yeah. Not so much get mad at him. I was more mad at her, and mad at myself. I was really mad at myself. I
Did you
blamed
feel
myself a lot.
Why?
I just felt
Just
like I
'cause
did
you're
a
the
lousy
mom?
job of mothering, apparently, because
Did you
my
give her
kid
liquor?
was- No.
Did you give her
no,
drugs?
No.
Did you teach her about Jesus?
Yeah, I did my best, but I could have done a lot better.
Who
you know?
couldn't?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, name. Who in here is a perfect parent? Anybody? Okay, nobody's a
hands.
We could say this in the middle of the 11 o'clock service at church. We're 2,800 people there. Who's a perfect parent? Nobody's hand's going to go up.
My new phrase is, parents, we do the best we can with what we're given.
Yeah.
And we just have to make it through.
And I would say you did better than most.
Thank you.
Wouldn't
Thank
you, though? Really?
Sometimes I, really wish I
Here,
I
let's
knew
do this.
then what I know now.
Okay, let's talk it this way. Forget what happens or what's happening to her. You did the best you could at the time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you didn't wake up one morning and say, I don't care. I'm not.
Never stopped caring.
Never stopped caring for
Never.
Lexi. Never stopped caring for her.
Nope.
Didn't alienate your husband.
Nope. Not too much anyway. No, kidding.
The Thompson family are our guest. It's part due, and we are currently now at about, where are we at? We're about 2005, and you are pregnant.
Yes.
And, if I can understand, you had a lot of interactions sexually with men.
Uh-huh.
Why were you pregnant now? Why did you choose to did you choose to get pregnant?
The only thing I say, I was never safe.
Okay.
I never used birth control. I never used condoms. I really truly believe that now that God blessed me with this child, because she's amazing and just like all my kids are. But now that I look at it, I was with a guy. It's her dad, of course, and we were together for a little bit, and he didn't think that he could have kids. And me being promiscuous, I didn't really think I could have kids, even though I knew everyone would tell me that I'm fertile myrtle. You touch me and I'm going to get pregnant. But I ended up getting pregnant, and he was beyond himself, excited, because he thought he was never going to be able to have kids.
Okay. Is he still in Ashlyn's life?
Yes, he's very part of Ashlyn's life.
But
yes.
he's not your husband?
No.
Who never was your husband?
No.
Okay. Will he be your husband someday?
No.
Okay. All right. So we are now at 2006, and Ashlyn's born, and you're holding this beautiful little baby. Grandma, you got another new one. Now this makes 3. John, you got a new one. You've got a second little sibling. Okay. Are you excited about this at this time? Mm-hmm. 2006. You were how old? You were 6. Right?
No.
Oh, no,
Kobe
you were
was 6.
16.
She was 16.
No.
No.
No. 9.
9. Oh, well,
There
whatever.
we go. Yeah,
9,
same.
10.
You were old enough to know what was going on. So
Yeah.
what did you think about this new little baby sister coming in the picture?
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool?
Yeah, I always wanted a sister.
Okay. All right. So And then, of course, you straightened up and changed everything and became the mother you always wanted to be, and apologized to your mother and father and found Jesus and just did everything right?
I wish I could say yes, but no.
No. Kept going?
Yep.
Tell me what the first thing you did after Ashlyn was in your arms that you regret.
I think I don't know. I mean, I started drinking again, and there's a lot. This is where my life really, really, really went down.
Seriously?
I mean, well, not
we
like,
haven't been in the bad spot yet?
Actually, not until, no, we're still kind of, until Ashlyn was 6.
What were you going after? What was it that you wanted? I heard you say fun at one time.
It was fun. I wanted to feel like I fit in somewhere.
I don't think you really knew.
I
think you were just doing
I was just
it.
running from everything.
Yeah.
And trying to survive.
And not knowing where I fit in and because I just, that constant thought in my mind as failure. I was a failure. I'm never going to get past what is wrong with me. What is wrong with me? Why can't I get my life together? Why can't I be a mom? Why can't I get this together? I just could not understand.
When we come back, it'll be what happened. And then the last segment, of course, what her life is like now. Just have 20 minutes left of this story, but I promise you're going to love it. And I know you're already praying for the Thompson family because they are exactly where God wants them to be.
That's right.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid.
I am Bernie Hobbs,
And I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're going to make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
Restoring hope, open my heart to sing, taking the darkness inside, revealing your light, restoring hope. restoring hope.
22 minutes for the top of the hour. Salem Radio Network News, and then Michael Mudloff with True Blue. It's Sober Under the Stars, December 31st at the Science Center. $5 gets you in the door, and everything's included. $3 for kids under 12. What's the movie that's going to show? Do you know at the IMAX?
Yes. Madagascar.
Okay.
And White Sharks.
Okay. And free food and all kinds of fun. You can be a weather person if you want on Channel 13's weather studio down there. It's just a whole lot of fun. And try it. You know, one of the first things I found out after getting sober was because I thought for sure fun was done. I was never going to have fun again. And I actually enjoy being with sober people, more than I ever enjoyed being with drunk people, drunk.
Yeah.
And you can't, it's very hard to explain that to somebody. But
you have to find the right people, though.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Not everyone that's sober is fun, but it's just like the outside world. But you find the right people, and it is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So your baby, Ashlyn's born. And I would think third baby, third time's a charm. You get it all figured out, but you said it spirals even worse. What happens?
Basically, I was in a relationship with her dad. We were trying to start a company and trying to follow his dream, and moved to Minnesota, then moved back because the company went flop, and then went to Kansas City again, trying to open up again. And was there for a little bit. And in the meantime there, I was being sexually abused by his friend, mentally abused. And in return, I was mentally and physically abusing him. And I became the bully. And I was very, very abusive to him. Very abusive. And
eventually he left you?
No.
No?
Mm-mm. He was so, that victim role and
Yeah.
the abuse cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew exactly what I was doing and to keep him around.
So how long until he wasn't around anymore?
I think I finally broke up. I broke up with him finally.
And what kind of drugs at this point?
At this point, weed and alcohol.
Okay.
And then when we broke up, I started getting on dating sites, like Tagged and Plenty of Fish and stuff. And then it started to, and I was hanging out with my best friend who was into Coke.
Okay.
Started doing Coke and drinking still.
Did it ever roll into meth?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, your voice just changed when you said that. Why?
Because that's what took me, to my rock bottom.
To the moon?
No, it took me to my rock bottom.
Okay. What was rock bottom? What did that look like?
Complete desperation. I lost my child
To
DHS, my parents.
Okay.
DHS came. My mom called DHS on me, and I lost my home. I lost my car. I lost my best friend. I lost my family. I thought I lost my family. The biggest thing is I lost me completely.
Do you think of that as a gift now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Completely. Mm-hmm. Everything that I look at that bad has happened in my life is such a gift, and it's such a blessing that I've gone through this in my life, because now it's made me stronger, and it's part of my story.
Yeah.
Is that also a part of who you've become as you now know your identity?
Yeah. As I'm learning to my identity.
Yeah. Okay. Good job. Good
as
job.
I'm
You're
learning
right.
my identity in Christ, and
Yeah.
I'm learning my identity. Yeah. I'm starting.
And
to
when
see
we can
things.
take all of those things that we've done that we're not real proud of and help somebody else. And I
Yes.
heard you say earlier when we first got here today how you're helping other women and kind of taking the lessons that you've learned to help them so that they don't have to go that same route. It's pretty
Yes.
cool.
It is. It's a huge thing. I think the biggest thing is not so much as the drugs and the alcohol. It's just we're addicts, and it's just it's amazing, and it's baffling sometimes. But I've been told by many people I have a lot of wisdom, because I'm also a very observant person, and I watch people, and I'm interested, and I love helping people. I've always been that way. I've always tried to help people, you know, and I've have a huge heart, and for a
now
long
it's
time,
in the right place.
Now it's in the right place. I had a huge heart, but for a while there, it had bricks around it, and then it had some barbed wire around it, and it was very protective, and it was very hard.
Are you involved in Celebrate Recovery?
I used to go to it. Yeah. I go to it once in a while.
Okay.
But I have a women's meeting that I like to go to on Thursday nights.
Okay. Because I was going to say you'd be a dynamite leader.
I know. I've been told that like by several times.
Yeah, and Celebrate Recovery.
Yes.
But your women's meeting's more important. That obviously grounds you, that women's meeting. And so that's good. Now, your Ashlyn is now 8. And what does she know about Mom?
She is so smart. She knows that I was in a bad place and that I didn't take care of her. And she talks about it too. And I was in a very abusive relationship at one point, and she talks about that, about how she tried to hurt him because he was hurting her mom. She knows all about recovery, and she knows the Lord's Prayer. She stands up with us in the circle, because she knows, because of what has happened and what she's been through and where I'm at now. She knows it's because of NA, and it's because of what I'm doing in my life that it's making me better.
Is NA your primary 12-step program, not AA?
AA was in treatment, but when I got out of treatment, for some reason, I just went towards NA. And I have such great women in that program that I've gone to some AA meetings. Yeah, I'm not biased on any of them. I think that whatever can keep me clean and sober, I'm good.
Mom, now, when you had to take Ashlyn, did you think, here we go again?
I did, and it was heartbreaking.
Did you have any conviction on this one? Like, all right, I'm done?
Exactly.
I'm done with this.
I knew something was really wrong this time. Yeah. And it was after she actually confessed to us that she was doing meth that she actually stayed with us and dried out for a week, but then left because meth had such a hold on her. And it was meth, and it was a man, and they had a real strong hold on her. So she left after that. She took Ashlyn with her at one point, and I, by this time, was learning the dangers of meth. I was the place that no parent ever wants to be, and that is to learn about meth and learn about the underworld that goes along with meth abuse. And it is from the bowels of Hades. And so I found out more than I wanted to know, and I had to then at one point, she took Ashlyn and left with her. And so the next day I called the school and I said, is Ashlyn there? And they said no. And I said, then she's missing. Because she told me she was with her dad, but at that point I wasn't believing anything she said. And so I immediately called DHS. And in the meantime, school called the police. The police called me and said, I've already got DHS going. And so DHS then helped me find Ashlyn, and they were going to turn her over to the dad, but the dad had his own issues, so they ended up turning her over to us. And so
I bet that call was hard, but at the same time, you knew that you had to.
The worst call of my life, and to this day, it makes me a little weepy when I think about having to do that, because you never want to do something like that. You never want to involve, those, government, agencies in your private affairs is how you feel. But at that point, I knew I needed help. This was bigger than anybody, so I needed help.
This Thursday, the 11th of December, will be 2 years clean and sober, and it's a huge thing. And when we come back, we're going to talk to the Thompson family what that means to them. We've heard all the bad. Now let's brighten it up with the good, and where God lives in the middle of it. We're going to do that when we come back. Live here at Restoring Hope Live, brought to you by Powell CDC.
A father who is headed toward another heart attack. A woman who struggles daily with diabetes and her memory. A boy whose headaches keep him out of school. A mother who one morning discovers a lump. A girl whose condition defies diagnosis. You come to us because you need answers, but you also need more. You need understanding of what you're going through. You need comfort. You need to be treated as an individual, not a condition. You need to be included in your own care. You are the point of everything we do. That's why we're changing to Unity Point Health. It's a model of care that will help us work better together, where the physician who knows you best takes the lead, coordinating your care through every step, from the hospital to specialists to rehabilitation to health services in the home and in the community to making sure the treatments are effective. By working as a team, we surround you with care, helping you manage your health and your conditions, guiding you to making better choices and living a healthier life. The point of Unity is you. Unity Point Health.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Restoring hope, open my heart to sing, taking the darkness inside, revealing your light, restoring hope.
The Thompson family's back. And we're wrapping it up with them. How many years? 20 years of drugs and alcohol?
Yes.
And children and sex abuse and being abused and being abusive and suicide attempts. Yes. Your mom and dad are both here. Your oldest daughter, Lexi, is here. Tell us what your life is like now. Almost 2 years clean and sober.
It's
on the mic.
It's different. It's amazing. It has, I still have my times, but I would not change anything. I am truly so blessed, with everything that is going on in my life, and I'm truly grateful for my family. And because a lot of people don't have what I have.
Because they didn't give up on you? Or because they were tough on you?
Because they were tough on me, and they didn't give up on me.
Okay, so it's both. Mm-hmm. So if there's a mother out there listening today who's where your mom was, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Don't give up.
Okay, what does that look like?
Keep praying.
Okay, what about other things? Calling, going to the house?
Sometimes I don't know if that really works. I think the biggest thing that worked for me was my mom and dad's prayers.
Okay. Did you feel connected to those prayers at the time?
Mm-mm.
You just learned later that you were. Okay. And if there's a mother out there who's listening to this and you just gave her the advice of don't give up, and that means keep praying, what about the one, this is an important question, what about the one that has given up and now hears your story and says, well, maybe I need to get back in the game? What do they do? Just start praying? Because were you two ever estranged?
Not fully, no.
Okay, not fully.
Not fully.
Okay.
She would go off on her own for a while, but, I always knew where she was. And
Okay.
I always knew that she was around and we'd see her,
Okay.
especially at holidays, things like that.
Okay. So what do you say to that mother who's been estranged with her daughter or son all this time and listens to this program and says, I got to get back in there. I just can't do this anymore. What do they do? Do they call? Do they write? Do they just start praying again? What do they do?
I think that, that's hard to say. Every situation is different, I guess. But the biggest thing is maybe reach out just a little bit and then let them know that you're still there.
Okay.
Because sometimes in our drug addiction, we lose hope and we think that our families completely abandon us, when in all reality, we abandon them.
Yeah.
We hide from them, and because we have no self-worth and we are so lost in our addiction. And sometimes just that one little text message, like my sisters and my mom still do, just saying, I'm proud of you.
Yeah. Every once in a
Or
while.
don't give up.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. Just something. I mean, it could be just one little text or something. Sometimes that's what it needs. If you don't know what they're going through at that moment, and that one little text might be something that will give them some kind of hope.
And now you pass that forward, right?
Yeah.
You tell other people
Yeah,
that.
I do. I actually just sent my friend a couple text messages today about don't give up.
Okay, good.
That is just a storm. It's just a storm. We can get through this.
Okay. And when you're low, what do you do?
I actually went through a kind of last 2 months. I've been pretty low. I'm depressed, relationship-wise. And what I've done is I've used my tools that I've learned, and I reach out to my friends, my girlfriends, and I pray. I was kind of a little distant from God for a minute because I was angry. But I put
at him?
Yeah, because I'm like, well, how can you let this happen to me again? And now I look at it and it's like, this is a lesson. And this is another thing that is part of my story and how it's changed me. Because I'm telling you, I might get down and you might knock me down and I get down. But when I get back up, I'm going to come up stronger. And I do come up stronger every time.
You have Lexi over here who's 18 and she has a man that she hopes to marry someday. What advice do you give to her in that quest for relationship?
When it comes to advice for relationships, I don't think Lexi really listens to me on that one because she's been through many of my relationships. But she also knows that what she's seen me experience with relationship-wise and how I struggled with it.
That was a nice advice enough.
Yeah, that was advice. That was like more, she's like me.
I give her advice. That's how it works.
Are you the mom between the two of
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yes. Yes.
you? Isn't she cute?
She is. She's adorable.
And so, Lexi, what's the moral of the story here?
The moral of this story is that it is somebody that literally I feel like came from nothing and became something absolutely beautiful and amazing.
And that's your mom.
That's my mom.
Grandma? How about you?
The moral of the story,
yeah.
The moral of this story for me was that, you never give up on your children. You never give up. And if all is dark and dreary, Jesus loves them more than you do. So you just keep giving them over to him over and over and over again, and build hedges of protection around them with your words, and because there's power in the name of Jesus. And then someday you'll look back and God will I love that, God mugged Jenny right out of that meth addiction and created something really beautiful through all of this. He took her out of that miry, muddy mess that she had made of her life, and he set her up on a solid rock. And it was amazing. And I still, to this day, I think back and I experienced it, but I can't even tell you how, because doors would open and all of a sudden we were walking through doors that were wide open, and the whole recovery process for her was amazing. And she, like she said, she picked herself up and she knew, and she's always been this way. That's been underlying, that she's had this strength and she's had this tenaciousness. And when she truly saw where she had gone and fallen, she reached up to Jesus and he picked her up, and it's been a wonderful, amazing, wild ride since then.
Because you really chose your bottom. You said enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. You didn't get thrown into rehab. You yelled, I want in. I'm done. I'm tired.
The judge, when I went to court for DHS, the judge basically told me and looked at me and said, you're a meth head, and if you ever want to see your child again, I suggest you go to inpatient treatment, because I was going to go to outpatient.
Oh, okay.
I was going to make it an outpatient. And she says, if you want to see your child again, and it took me a little bit, but in that whole time I was running, I knew in my mind, like, I'm so tired. And that's why I knew I had to go.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your story. I want you back in a year.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on when you get that third-year chip.
Oh, just wait. We have got a lot going on.
Lexi, thanks for being here. You're awesome.
Thanks.
Mom, Dad, thanks for being here. Until you and I see each other again, remember there's someone out there that you hold a resentment to, someone you just can't stand, somebody you never want to see again. Tonight, on your knees, in the name of Jesus, please ask for forgiveness and grant forgiveness also. It'll make your whole life change.
Restoring hope.